Holy Bible. Summary of the Book of Matthew. Matthew is the 40th book of the Bible. In this book, the Lord is presented as the perfect King, showing the Jews that Christ is the true Messiah. This book begins the New Testament. Throughout the 28 chapters, we can read a little of the story of Matthew, a tax collector who decides to leave his job after the call of Jesus to become his disciple, following the Lord and his teachings. Time later, Matthew becomes one of the 12 apostles. Matthew is concerned to present the genealogy of Jesus, from Abraham to David, showing his royal descent. Moreover, it also describes the events of his birth, life, and death. Several events are mentioned throughout the book, such as the beginning of the life of Jesus, his baptism done by John the Baptist, the beginning of his ministry, his preaching, like the Sermon on the Mount, the healings, like the healing of a leper, until reaching the last days of the ministry of Jesus, his death and resurrection. The teachings of Jesus are presented in speech form, and Matthew shows all the prophecies of the Old Testament that were fulfilled by the Lord, as well as the coming of the Messiah. The apostle makes it clear to the Jews that Jesus Christ is the promised Messiah who came to establish his kingdom on earth. In this book, it is also shown that the 12 apostles receive from Jesus the mission to do what he does, being authorized to bring his teachings and the gospel to the people. Jesus also prophesies about the destruction of Jerusalem, warning everyone about his second coming and lamenting about the Jewish leaders turning against him. Therefore, in this book we can follow events of the birth, life, and death of Jesus. Matthew shows us the ministry of Jesus, his teachings and miracles performed, making it clear to everyone that he is the true Messiah and that we should turn our lives back to the Lord. Help the channel that shares God's Word.